Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a tiny little village by the name of Kamiki. Legend tells of a horrible beast that threatened the residents. It also tells of the wolf that risked it all to protect them. Controlling the very fabric of existence, this wolf stood up against a beast many times its size and banished the darkness. This ethereal wolf's valiant act ushered in an era of tranquility. The villagers' hearts swelled with respect and adoration of the wolf. Two years after I started this channel, I'm finally coming back to the game that started it all for me. Hey everybody, it's Chronofahx, your time-traveling Kitsune, and welcome to my replay of Okami HD. For those not in the know, Okami is basically Capcom's response to The Legend of Zelda, having a lot of gameplay similarities to it, but with more of a focus on story, as well as being more... taking more inspiration from Japanese folklores, fairy tales, myths, and legends, instead of just general Western fantasy stuff like dragons and elves and all that kind of stuff. And I decided to go with Okami for my 2-year anniversary because, well, this game is about to turn 20 years old. I think revisiting it now makes the most sense. 2, I wanted to see how far I came from just how I started off with like terrible mic quality, very shy, not speaking up that much. I wanted to see how far I came from the very beginning and see how much I've improved over time. Man, they did not allow very much time to really allow scrolling up and down, is there? And also, this is for a selfish reason, I seem to make it so that whenever I cover a game, it instantly gives news about some sort of remake or sequel or anything like that, and I kind of want to play this so that I could probably trigger more news about the upcoming Okami sequel that was announced like a year or two ago. So there's also that. So, with all that said, let's go ahead and jump into it. I think I'll let the game do it for me. Let's jump into long, long ago. A tiny hamlet known as Kamiki lay nestled in a grove of proud and beautiful cherry blossoms. Each and every tree around the quiet burg was honored as a god. However, the village was not without its dark secrets. To satiate the appetite of Orochi, a fearsome cave-dwelling beast, a young maiden was offered as a sacrifice at the annual festival. With a body like a mountain and 8 heads mounted on necks the size of tree trunks, its blood-red eyes alone were said to curse anyone who gazed into them. No one dared disobey the horrific beast. When the night of the sacrifice drew near, a mysterious white wolf appeared outside the village. This wolf, its coat as brilliant as snow, was dubbed Shiranui. The wolf kept a watchful eye on anyone who ventured outside the village, and made a habit of patrolling the streets at night. People assumed the wolf to be a familiar of Orochi. One villager took it upon himself to face the fearsome Shiranui. The warrior Nagi attempted many times to challenge the wolf, but his attempts were thwarted by Shiranui's swift movements. Before long, the night of the accursed festival had arrived. A white-plumed arrow heralded the coming sacrifice. Piercing the sky, the arrow sunk its shaft squarely into the home of Nami, the village's most beautiful maiden. Nagi, harboring a secret love for Nami, was enraged by this sign. Determined to put an end to Orochi once and for all, Nagi traveled to the beast's cave in place of his beloved. The Moon Cave, a place as dark as evil itself, served as Orochi's home. As Nagi stood bravely before the entrance, a beast appeared, eyes glowing crimson upon 8 thrashing necks. Orochi stood tall before him, anxious for another sacrifice. Nagi leapt with incredible grace, swinging his blade valiantly. On and on he sliced well into the moonless night. But Orochi's hide was like steel. The blade left nary a scratch. At long last, Nagi, his energy spent from this intense battle, dropped to his knees, fatigued and gasping for breath. He knew he was staring death in the face. It was then that the wolf appeared. As if to protect Nagi, it stood its ground before Orochi. In the darkness of the cave, the wolf's coat shone brilliantly. Alas, it was Shiranui, the wolf that dwelled outside the village. Bearing his fearsome claws, Shiranui leapt toward Orochi. Orochi reared its terrifying head, readying its fangs for battle. The two beasts struggled wildly, thrashing in the darkness. Mysterious and terrifying, the spectacle continued. Shiranui summoned gusts of divine wind to counter Orochi's flames. As Orochi closed in on Shiranui, sharpened claws glistening, a gigantic tree suddenly sprouted forth, shielding the wolf. Shiranui fought gallantly to gain the upper hand. However, Orochi, protected by a mystical power, was not easily bested. Shiranui, covered in gashes, majestic coat dyed crimson, stood exhausted before the mighty Orochi. Orochi saw a chance to strike what would be the final blow. But Shiranui refused to give in. With its last ounce of strength, the majestic wolf gazed heavenward and unleashed a mighty howl. Suddenly, the black clouds overhead dissipated. The light from above glinted off Nagi's sword as a beacon of hope. Guided by his sword, Nagi, who had been taking shelter in the shadows, stood proudly to face his adversary. Channeling all his strength into his scarred and battered arms, he leapt ferociously toward Orochi, his sword poised high. The golden sword danced in his hands like a puppet on a string. One by one, Orochi's fearsome heads separated from their owner. Orochi's broken body collapsed in a lake of its own blood. In that instant, the curse that had plagued the villagers was lifted. As the battle subsided, the sun shone once again in the sky. Shiranui had succumbed to Orochi's poison and struggled to breathe. Nagi scooped the beast into his arms and returned to Kamiki. When they reached the village, Shiranui was no longer moving. The village elder gently stroked the wolf's head. In response, Shiranui let out a hoarse and pitiful bark, then closed its eyes and drifted off as if into slumber. Peace had at last returned to Kamiki village. In honor of Shiranui's heroic exploits, the villagers erected a shrine and placed a statue of the wolf within it. Hey, Nagi's sword was christened Tsukuyomi and placed inside the moon cave. The villagers all looked forward to an age of endless peace. However, this is not the end of the story. I never played this game before, so I thought I'd hop in and check it out. Oh yeah, honestly, if you're a really big fan of Zelda, I actually think you'll like this game quite a bit. It has a lot of similarities to it. There's more to this tale than most people know. 100 years have passed since Nagi and Shiranui's heroic exploits. It happened so quickly that no one in the village even took notice. Love Zelda, love Pokemon more. Okay. Is this the legendary sword? Is this Tsukuyomi the sword that banished the dreaded Orochi? No, it couldn't be. It's just a legend, nothing but a fairy tale. Oh, he who seeks power, he who has broken my bonds. Speak the word, I wish darkness onto the world. Utter that prayer unto me and unleash my power. A horrible tragedy suddenly swept over the land. However, there was one village that seemed to escape the terrible curse. The tiny settlement of Kamiki village enjoyed the protection of a sacred tree. It is here that the real story begins. How troublesome. This is just like in the ancient prophecy of doom. What has transpired to bring about such calamity? We must act quickly. There is no time to lose. My power has diminished over the years I've spent protecting this area. I don't have much time left in this world. Amaterasu, now's the time. We have never needed your power more. Shine your divine light upon this broken and polluted world. Let your heavenly rays become our hope as you guide us all. Ah, such divine white light, such beauty and grace. The only one capable of such a wondrous spectacle is none other than our mother and the origin of all that is, Amaterasu. How delightful to see that the savior whose brave sacrifice sealed away the evil demon so many years ago has not changed one bit. Seeing you emerge after so many years spent as a statue brings happiness to my heart. I'm gonna nap. Amaterasu, gaze above you and take in the condition of the sky. Since your untimely departure from our midst, the world has succumbed to devious and vicious beasts. I love this background, like the way it calls back to that famous Japanese painting of like a giant tidal wave. It's really cool. Honestly, the art style of this game is fantastic. They have ravaged our fine and bountiful country of Nippon, but never have the circumstances been worse than they are at this very moment. Please use your powers to banish the darkness and punish those who would do us harm. Huh? What is this? Has something stolen its way into my robe? Oh yeah, if you thought Xenoblade 2 was sometimes kind of horny, you ain't played this game. Phew, what on earth? You again? Ow, 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 ow! Are you nuts? Boy, for a little thing, you sure make a big fuss. I was just trying to make the conversation a bit more interesting, that's all. Were you napping in my clothes again, Bug? Bug? I told you 1,000 times not to call me that. I am a wandering artist. The name's Isun. Also, I love Isun's theme. It's so quirky and it's just all over the place. Honestly, the soundtrack to this game is also really great. I'll show you just how great I am, and it won't be long till you're bowing before my great brush. Well, what do you think? Even cuter than the real thing, no? What's with you, Furball? You look kinda down in the dumps. Actually, you look kinda familiar. Got it! You look just like that statue of Shiranui. Whoa, what do you think you're doing? Are you crazy? A handsome guy like me should never be covered in wolf slobber. You'll regret messing with a great Isun. Don't make me use my prized sword, Denkumaro, against you. What's that growling sound? And why is it so dark anyway? Oh, great God, Amaterasu. I've used all the power I have to protect Kamiki Village. The village lives on. Their spirits lie encased in my fruit. Cut it free, and the village will be reborn. I trust in you. I know that you will lead us down the right path. Only your awesome power can restore life to the world. The trees return to normal, huh? That Sakia girl sure said some weird stuff. The villagers' spirits are being kept inside the fruit. That's the fruit. That girl said that if you cut it down, the village will be restored. But it's awfully high up there. If you don't use some kind of special power, there's no way you're gonna reach it. This darkness is really getting to me too. A lot can happen while you're taking a nap. Alright, so can't exactly move around the camera, and okay, we don't have any choice but to go into this little cavern. Where are we? It got awfully quiet all of a sudden. I don't remember any place like this in the village. Well, we better keep our eyes peeled. You can use the right stick to look around. L changes your point of view. Boy, you really look so helpless. You sure you're gonna be okay? Yeah, I'm sure. And oh, it's this kind of camera control. Hang on, let me change that real quick. Let's see, where are the... Actually, wait. No, it's minus to do the... There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think... And then what about X? Yeah, I think I'm gonna invert both. Okay, that's good. Oh yeah, that's way better, way better. Alright, so over here is a save mirror. Hold on. That's an origin mirror. Oh, I'm sorry. Origin mirror. My bad. They say once your reflection appears on its surface, your memories will be stored in the mirror for all eternity. Well, to put it shortly, you can save your progress here. And let me give you a little advice. You should save a number of game files. That way, you can always go back if you get stuck or something. Gotta be prepared, especially while you're still learning the ropes. Actually, Isu does bring up a very, very good point. And something that I would recommend to all players of Okami. Make multiple save files. There's a ton of missable stuff in this game, so make multiple save files. And don't worry about running out because... Can you tell this was a game on the PS2? Can you tell? And actually, speaking of the version I'm playing, I am currently playing this on the Nintendo Switch, and I consider this to be the most definitive version of Okami to play. Look at all those pots just waiting to be broken. If you bust them, there might be something good inside. Press Y to bust them with your head. Just like a certain green-clad elf man, pottery is our natural enemy. Way to go, my furry friend. You can do that anytime you see something you can break. Okay, get a little bit of yen. That's a currency. Okay, 60 yen. 70. I think it goes only by strings of 10, at least in the pottery. There are ways to get just single yen in this game, but yeah, that won't pop up for a bit. So anyways, I'm playing this on the Switch version, which I consider to be the most definitive version of Okami to play. Because A, it is the HD version, which means it's going to have the best visuals. But also, this version will have pretty much every iteration of Okami that there is. Meaning, a certain ability will have both simple stick controls as well as motion controls similar to the Wii version of this game. So because of that, I do consider the HD version to be the most definitive. I consider the Switch version to be the most definitive version out there. But if you want to play this on like PC, Xbox, PS4, any of that stuff, that's totally fine. And it's totally playable on those. And heck, on other versions, they'll have achievements in there. You'll have achievements, whereas the Switch version won't. So if you're one of those achievement hunters, that's probably where you want to do that. Okay. Okay, go over here, and looks like the bridge is out. This shouldn't be so hard. Amaterasu? Was it? It's kind of long. Mind if I call you Ami? Listen, Ami. Ever heard of the spirits of the brush? Good brushwork has its own soul. At least, that's what they say. Just watch. It'd take all day to explain. A picture's worth 1,000 words, right? This gets into the main gimmick of Okami. Drawing on the environments to change it. Nice, huh? Just a little technique I've mastered called rejuvenation. It's one of many brush techniques that use divine power. It's a brush god power that can restore broken or missing things. I practiced really hard just to master this one technique. but there are 13. Each one is a power of one of the 13 brush gods. Originally, all 13 were a single powerful deity. When the deity died, its power was split into 13 separate gods. The gods now dwell within objects all around us, but god or no god, how could anyone have the power to master all 13? And yes, this is where kind of the motion controls come in, because yes, you can use the motion controls to basically point out whichever, to kind of control the brush when you're doing things like rejuvenation. It couldn't be that little puddle over there, could it? So it's talking about like a river of heavens, I think? Yeah, river of the heavens. So really quick, I want to go up here and see if there's anything up here that might be worth noting. Wow, look at the stars twinkle. I haven't seen such a beautiful nighttime sky in ages. Hey, look, are those stars forming a pattern, or is it just me? There's one missing. Guess I'll just have to draw the missing star. Bah! Looks like I'm just not ready to draw missing stars. Press R to hold the brush and press Y to draw. Yeah, it was Eastern doing that the whole time. I wasn't doing anything with those little cutscenes. I'm sure I spent a heck of a lot of time practicing that. But now, I can do it. Why, if it isn't Mother Amaterasu. I apologize for not contacting you sooner during these long years. Having never forgotten you, I, Yomigami, God of Restoration, have eagerly awaited this day when we could meet. While you were away, the 13 spirits of the brush that you once possessed, including myself, have been scattered across this land of men, and now lie in disarray. I became a constellation and managed to survive until now. The time has come for you to seek out and reunite all the techniques. Your power is what is needed to restore the dried riverbed of the heavens and renew the flow of stardust. Wow, that was Yomigami, the god of rejuvenation. Wait, so you have the power of rejuvenation now? Can you really use it to restore the river of the heavens? That would mean you were as good with a brush as yours truly. Nah, couldn't be true. Who else could master this incredible god technique? So now we have unlocked the ability to basically restore or just create things as we go. Alright, it's one thing to fix a bridge, but fixing a starry river? There's no way you could pull off a stunt like that. Oh please. I'm a freaking god! Watch! And by the way, I love the detail that, well, you see Ami's tail? It matches the brush. I don't know, I always found that a really neat detail. Anyways. Gonna just kind of spread the ink everywhere and... Whoa! A river of stardust! So this really must be the river of the heavens. But what I really want to know was who the heck drew the darn thing? And yes, you can kind of continue to draw and restore even more to the river. But I have enough to get across. Okay, and mashing the B button, in my case, will cause you to swim a little faster. It also serves as the jump button. And here we have a treasure chest that has a astral pouch. Look what you found, Furball. This astral pouch here is amazing. It can swallow up lots of food. Then, when it's full, it can revive its owner if he or she dies. Let's start feeding it with whatever food we can find around here. Hooray! The most useless item, because Yeah, I'm just gonna be very blunt. This game is actually way too easy. Like, at least in terms of combat. Puzzles, there actually can be some really challenging, there can be really challenging puzzles that actually did confuse me on my first playthrough, but in terms of combat, it's way too friggin' easy, and that is probably my, like, one major issue with Okami. But honestly, I play Okami more for the story and the puzzles more than the combat, so it doesn't bother me that much. Okay, so I'm gonna go forward and see if you run without interrupting yourself, you do gain a little bit of a boost of speed. And again, look at, it's kind of hard to tell because of the way the camera is, but look at that. You can kind of create like a little dust, a little trail of like flowers as you step along. Again, it's little details that make this game great. I love it. Alright, so there's some pottery back here and probably get some yen and some food potentially. No? Oh, okay. So down here, there's some more pottery as well as a fake horse, which I think... Okay, got some dumplings, which I can break with a headbutt. 650 yen. Okay. So run up these stairs. And enter the Cave of Nagi. Is this a legendary shrine? You must be in the Cave of Nagi. The legendary hero Nagi is enshrined here. He vanquished evil 100 years ago with the help of the white wolf Shiranui. First the River of Heavens, now this place? Where the heck are we, Furball? Boy, this place is a wreck. See, that sword's in really bad shape. The gods sure didn't do much to protect this place. True that, Isun, but thankfully, the gods can fix it. That really was your brushwork all this time. How'd you get so good? Exactly who are you, anyway? Hey, there's another constellation. This one looks like a... Draw the dots wherever there's a connection point at any line. Took me a while to figure that out in my first playthrough. Like, an embarrassingly long time. Well. If it isn't Mother Amaterasu. It's been a long time, but with all these monsters around, the only place I could hide was in this shrine dedicated to ancient heroes. If there is anything I can do to assist you in your endeavors, I'm at your service. Make good use of this sword, as it was designed to conquer evil. The second brush technique. Hey, that was the god Tashigami, master of the power slash technique. Wait a minute. If you're getting all these powers, then you're just like that Shiranui. You know, the wolf who fought and died alongside the great Nagi? When Shiranui died, the wolf's power was split into the 13 brush gods. This is crazy. Shiranui and Nagi? It's just like the legend. Well, anyway, I've never seen this power slash technique myself. How about showing your stuff off on that boulder over there? Let me see you slice it in half by drawing a single line. I won't believe it till I see it. Wow! I didn't think you had it in yet, Furball. I'm not even in the same league as you. Guess I really overestimated myself. Hey, Furball. Amaterasu, I've made up my mind. If you're Shiranui reborn, then that means you can master all 13 techniques, right? In that case, I think I'll tag along until I'm as good as you. Lucky you. It's no use trying to change my mind. There's no stopping me once I made a decision. But enough about me. Now that you've mastered the Power Slash, you can cut down that thing Sakia was talking about. Let's go back and give it a shot. And we're being guided by the crazy taxi arrow. No, seriously, why does that thing just look like the crazy taxi arrow? It's gonna break some more pottery, which I'm just now realizing I probably don't need the headbot to break them anymore. Since I can just power slash them whenever I want. It isn't just you can power slash just certain objects. You can pretty much power slash anything that is can be destroyed. Like these pots. Break them, no problem. And we get into a reverse battle. What the? Where'd they come from? Whatever. Draw first, ask questions later, right? You know the divine instrument you have on your back? Well, press the Y button to use its power against them. Look on me. Once you caught them off guard and turn to black and white, they're easy prey for your brush, no matter how nasty they are. Grab your brush and give them a power slash. Or alternatively, get them down to the end of their health and then power slash them to get a demon fang. This is what's known as a floral finisher. Do these early, do these often, okay? I might have saved you a massive headache for later, especially if you're going for 100%. Fang forged in demonic hatred, beautiful and deadly. The majority of enemies in this game will have some kind of floral finisher. And it depends on it depends on a few different factors. But for those green imps, the floral finisher is just power slash, making them the easiest way to grind out demon fangs. Alright, so gonna continue running down, and I think now might be a good time to talk about the fact that Okami is just basically one giant reference to Japanese mythologies. Like, I'm talking 80% of this game will be filled with just different references, different callbacks, and all that different stuff about different Japanese mythologies. And Amaterasu is no exception, as Amaterasu is based off the goddess of the sun. In, I think, Shinto mythology, I want to say. I could be wrong on that. But yes. And heck, even the title itself, Okami, is kind of a nice has a kind of a nice double meaning, as Okami can mean white wolf, but it also is Japanese for god. So kind of a nice little double meaning there. There's already several others that have popped up, but I won't go over those until a little bit later when we get more elements from their different fairy tales. Like, Isun is actually another reference to a Japanese fairy tale, but again, I won't go over him until we get more and more of the story. So we could destroy that fruit, but personally, I think I want to... Oh, I guess I can't leave. I thought I was going to show off something, but no. Am I still dreaming? I guess I have no choice. I'll have to slash down the fruit. Again, this game is freaking beautiful. This is another reason why I prefer doing stylization over realism in games, because again, this game is 20 years old. It still looks just as beautiful today as it did back then. Wow, the village has been restored. Sakia came through big time. She really was protecting the village. But I sure wish I could have spent more time in her kimono, if you know what I mean. Again, this game is kind of unnecessarily horny. But seriously, with monsters running around and all, the village could still be in danger. Let's go see how they're all doing down there. Okay, watch this. This is actually kind of a nice detail. Step through the gate. Oh, I guess that doesn't pop up until later. Never mind, never mind, never mind. So run down here and... What in the world? I don't remember there being a statue here. Well, whatever. Let's go talk to the villagers. Remember these trees, like the black ones with no leaves. Remember these. Hey, there's a statue here too. It's like the villagers have turned to stone or something. Not again. That's not one of those smaller monsters that's looking about. A roar like that's gotta belong to something bigger. Let's hurry up and find somebody with a pulse around here. Oh yeah, if you're not, like, about to examine anything, if you press A, you just bark over and over again. It's so friggin' adorable. I love it. No good. This one's not moving. Everyone here was perfectly fine just a few hours ago. There's definitely something strange going on around here. The village is back, but what's up with this dark sky? Maybe it's dark outside the village too? Let's find some high ground so we can take a look. Well, Isun, all I gotta say is you underestimate my power. But in all seriousness, let's actually go up. There we go. There's the speed boost. It does take a little bit longer than I usually think for that to kick in. There's definitely something strange going on. Let's find some high ground so we can take a look. Go around that little empty puddle and up here. This is bad. The sun's not even shining. It's as black as night as far as the eye can see. And not a single villager can move a muscle. Is this some kind of curse? Did a monster do this? It's not gonna stay like this forever, is it? If only the sun were out to light our way. If you could draw a circle in the sky, we'd have ourselves a sun. But I guess that'd be impossible, even for a god like you. Maybe we better seek out another brush god for help. Of course, if you had that kind of power from the start, that'd be a different story. Well, like I said literally minutes ago, Amaterasu is based off the god of the sun. What the? Come to think of it, your name is Amaterasu. That's the name of the sun god. So it'd follow that you had the sunrise technique from the start. With it, you could even turn night into day. Wow, you're no run-of-the-mill god, that's for sure. The flowing brush is like music from the heavens. That's a line from one of my grandfather's poems. It felt like a skilled artist was like a musician of shape and color. Since you're such a great artist yourself, why don't we name your brushwork after that poem of his? It's called Celestial Brush. After all, your brush did bring out the sun. Well, Ami, let's get back to the village. We gotta see if the villagers are back to normal now. Huh? Who are you? Villager Elder Mr. Orange. White Wolf? Not the one who fought that terrible creature with Nagi. You couldn't possibly be the legendary Shiranui. No, it can't be. That story is 100 years old. Still, you look a lot like that statue of Shiranui. On the other hand, you don't look quite as smart. Again, this game has a good sense of comedy. It has a good sense of humor. I love it. Whoa, no need to growl like that. Can you really understand what I'm saying? Well, I'm not one to mince words. I just state the facts. feels the sun chill down my spine. Here they come, Furball. Those are the monsters that have been plaguing these lands. They sneak into villages and cause all sorts of trouble. Step aside, Furball. This is a job for my trusty sword, Denkumaru. Throw! Three green imps. And my best advice when it comes to combat, don't do ground combos. Do aerial combos. So just come out a lot faster, and you typically can avoid a lot of enemy attacks that way too. Okay, once again, just gonna be basically grinding out for demon fangs from these guys. Slash. Get a demon fang. Awesome cherry blossoms on both. Oh yeah, for combat stuff, you will be ranked on different things, but don't worry about getting constant cherry blossom trees out of it. They don't have that big of an impact. It just impacts how much money you gain per battle. Hell, you really get aggressive when you're mad, don't you? Hey, you guys yourself some praise. And look, see how that dried up spring began flowing again? That's because ridding an area of monsters restores the god's power to the land. People call it divine intervention. The more you restore the land to its natural beauty, the more praise you'll get. It's the source of your power. Few people believe in gods these days, and that may weaken you. But if you try real hard, your true power just might shine through. But boy, there's sure been a lot of monsters around lately. And that Mr. Orange you tossed around up on the sacred deck. Looks like he thinks you're a regular wolf. Seems the gods have grown so weak people can't see them anymore. Anyway, I'll show you around the village. I have a feeling we're in for an epic adventure. It should be fun, Furball. I'll put up this chest and get a feedback full of seeds. Why, you little devil, look at this sweet grub you found. Hey, wait, this is animal food. Still, we should save it and give it to animals. Let's use it when we try to approach animals later. Something good might come out of using it the right way. I know gods aren't supposed to use creatures in this manner, but what the heck? Let's make an exception this time. Oh, I almost forgot. There was something I wanted to tell you. Whenever you want to check the items you have obtained, just press the plus button to open the fan menu. While the fan menu is opened, you can check and use the items you have. There's other things you can do there too. The fan menu is your key to a successful adventure. Alright, let me see if there's actually any animals that are around here. Like, are there any birds nearby? Hello, birds. Okay, so for birds, you use feedback. And you get this nice little cutscene. That will literally never end until you actually press the skip button. But it's nice and tranquil. Like, if you just sit down and just kind of relax to it for a bit. It is kind of tranquil. For that, we get 5 praise. Yeah, let me see if there's anything else around here. There's a couple of solar energies. That's basically your health bar. But I don't need them. I'm at full health. Okay, so we run down here and... Hey, Mr. Orange. You okay there? Oh, great Shiranui. Oh, no. There's Komuso. Ah, I feel it. I sense it. Foul beasts will dwell in this place. Concentrate. Look hard. You see? Right behind you now. Talking to this guy will automatically trigger a fight with a couple of green imps. And, oh yeah, performing different combos will actually provide you with a bit of a shield. It's called Godhood. And it will protect you from at least 1 or 2 hits depending on how strong the enemies are and how strong your shield is. Okay, I don't think I'm going to get the reward from this guy with how I performed there. Okay, Spirit Globe M. Humans are not witness to such battles, but I saw it. The fight went on for exactly 24 seconds. I think you need to get a battle within a certain amount of time, but you can't really do it as is right now. And also, there's this little thing right here. Press X constantly, and you can dig up things. And for that, we get a Traveler's Charm. Increases Godhood by 1 level. So yeah, you can either use charms or you just perform different combos in battle. That's how you build up your Godhood. Okay, run down here to Kamiki Village. I've just had about enough of this. I don't know if it's stray dogs or monsters or what, but someone keeps messing up my crops. Going around digging holes with X makes me mad. If I catch you digging around here, you'll get a good thumping. Good to know. Huh? White wolf? Now that's just plain weird. No, what's plain weird is the fact that you have a pet dragonfly that you literally have on a leash. Sure looks like a weak little bugger. Think you could beat my dog Hayabusa? Well, listen to this. This is field my mama tends to, you see. Well, Hayabusa managed to dig up 9 turnips in a row. Even though my mama was chasing him around trying to slug him. There's actually 10 turnips in that field. Hayabusa's fixing to get all 10. If there's a green arrow over their head, that usually means they have more to say. Think you can dig up all the turnips in my mama's field? Don't forget, you'll have to avoid being slugged by my mama. I'll admit, you're the better canine if you can do it. She's gonna try to slug us? Not exactly my idea of a good time, Ami. At least you have your celestial brush and a wicked brush stroke. Believe it or not, I actually do want to do this. I don't quite think I'm gonna go for a full 100% playthrough of this game, but I will be doing a good chunk of stuff. Alright, now that she's angry, slash the pot on her head to distract her for a bit. Until she can magically respawn it. Alternatively, you can't directly attack her, but the attacking the water pod does stun her for longer. Slash... Oh, crap, I'm already out of ink! Crap. Yeah, run out of ink, you instantly transform back into a normal wolf, and you can't use any brush techniques. Okay, that's 6. Slash that. Let's see. Slash again. 9. Enough out of you, and last one. Which gives me a very oddly shaped turnip. Hey, that's the oddly shaped turnip Hayabusa and I have been looking for. That means you've broken Hayabusa's record by digging up all 10 turnips. Gosh darn it. Fine, you're the better canine. Anyway, feels good to have a new goal to aim for. And for that, we get 7 praise. And over here, add... A white wolf. Now that's a rare sight. Did you come down from the mountains just to play with us? Well, you better be careful, dear. Lately, some monsters have been attacking the villagers. Do you even know who you're talking to, Grandma? This here's Shiranui, reborn. The wolf and I have it covered. Those monsters are history. Well, if it isn't he soon, and riding a wolf are we? This one certainly resembles Shiranui, especially the nose. Well, I better get back to my work. Got more to say? You're to listen to the ramblings of an old woman, are you? Well, you had a green arrow over your head. Well, I was just doing the laundry. But when it was ready to dry, I noticed my drying pole was gone. Oh, whatever shall I do? I know how to fix that. I'll just make one. A new drying pole. Oh my, where did that come from? The gods must have answered my prayers. How wonderful. Time to dry the laundry. The sun seems so far away. If only it was shining closer, my laundry will be dry in just a sec. Draw a big ol' circle. My word, the sun's already drawn so close. My laundry will be bone dry in no time. First my pole, now this. Will the miracles never cease? Maybe I ought to make some cherry cakes and offer to the sun. Come back tonight if you want some too, Snowball. Nobody makes better cherry cakes. They're mouth-watering good. Another 7 praise. And let me look around, see if there's any potential chests that are around here. Oh yeah, sometimes if you run up to something, you'll just do an automatic jump. Which can be a kind of a nice shortcut sometimes. Okay, got a radish. And you can go into some of these houses. And if his mama catches you snacking, she'll cobble you good. So nothing in this house. What about this house? Okay, this looks like Mr. Orange's house because of all the different oranges that are just kind of hanging about. And if we whack this... Let's see, is there anything of... Yes, there is! Obtain a coral fragment. Basically, these are just selling fodder and something for treasures. Like, yeah, treasure toe. Hunk of coral is said to have been brought from the Dragon Palace. Kind of weird that it didn't let me scroll through anything. See, there's also a bestiary, which tells you about the different enemies you fought, like the green imps from earlier. There's a travel guide, which gives you different tips and tricks about different things in the game, but I don't really need them. It's quite a lot of them, actually. See, there's an animal tome, which tells you about different birds, about different animals that you fed using the different, like, bags of food. See, this screen is all about the different brush techniques and kind of showing you how to draw them. There's this page, which is why you want to be getting as much praise as possible, as you can basically turn in different amounts of praise for upgrades to your health, your ink pots, your astral pouch, and even your purse, allowing you to carry more money. But honestly, out of all of these, prioritize ink pots. Just go until you max out your ink pots, and then you can focus on other things. Because again, this game is really easy, so you don't really need to prioritize health at all. But your ink is pretty much it's pretty much the best thing you can upgrade at this point, as you'll be using a lot of brush techniques pretty often. See, there's this guy over here. Heave! Heave! This is weird. My mind really wants to shift this rock, but my body won't cooperate. It's like I'm made of lead. Could this be the case of demonic possession? I sure hope not. Well, that's just plain rude. So yeah, we have a new enemy. These are red imps, I want to say. They're very similar to regular green imps, except they have instruments that they use to block. Use your power slash to break it. And their floor finishers are just like with regular green imps. They just go down. It's a power slash. Smack and... Give me that demon fang. Sweet. Yeah, 30 more praise, meaning we got 69. You accumulated praise. Oh, Ami, you suddenly started glowing. That means your divine attributes can be enhanced. Well, you sure look excited. Here, I'll show you what I mean. Let's take a stab at enhancing your divine attributes. I already went over this, Isu, and you're like a minute too late. Well, is it all coming back to you or what? Huh? It's hard to notice such a small enhancement. Oh, lighten up, Furball. This is one big step for the new improved Amaterasu. Keep up the good work. Oh, I almost forgot. We better check in on that dude. Ah, I feel as light as a feather now. Sadly, that doesn't make it any easier to shift this boulder. Who went and blocked the only path out of here anyway? There's no way I can get back to the city now. Say, pup, your owner lives here in the village, right? So you must know that guy, Susanoo. Can you get him to come here? They say he's the descendant of the legendary hero Nagi. But if anyone can do something about this rock, it's him. That's strange. This boulder wasn't here before. Okay, so you don't really see anything else. But before I go to Susanoo's house, there's one more house that I want to go and visit. And it's this one right here. And particularly... Well, what a fine-looking wolf. What's your name? Mine's Kushi. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sake brewer Kushi. Working in the fields again, are ya? Isun, are you and the wolf together? This is where I grow the rice for making my sake, you know. But I have to manage to harvest all on my own. It's hard work. Maybe I should have Susanoo give me a hand again this year. Oh, listen to me blabbering on. I just can't help chatting to you. She talked to them 2 or 3 times. I don't get why they couldn't just do all the dialogue all at once. And again, that is a little bit of a nitpick that I have, but it's not the worst. Susanoo's a neighbor of mine. He's a little unusual, but he goes around with a huge sword slung over his shoulder. He's always practicing with it. They say he's a direct descendant of our legendary hero Nagi. And he loves the sake too. He often pops around here to buy it. He could use a friend, I should think. He's always on his own. Go in here and get some rice balls and bales of rice. So just kind of casually taking a lot of her stock for making sake, which, if you don't know, is basically a type of Japanese alcohol. And there's also a broken wheel over here. You know what that means? If something seems off, pull out your celestial brush and at least trace over it. See if you can rejuvenate it. What's this? The mill's been mended. Who on earth did that? I completely given up on the idea of making my sake. But now I can get on with polishing the rice. Well, no time like the present. I better get started. Believe it or not, that is actually required for story progress. Alright, so real quick, I want to look around. Jeez, he's always snoring like a bear. This is the home of the two-bit middle-aged warrior Susanoo. He goes around claiming to be the descendant of Nagi. He's famous around here for his lineage, but he's awfully lazy and too off the wall to be a descendant of the legendary hero. See, there's another rock over here, I think. Can I slash it? No, it doesn't look like it. See, there's some more birds over here, but unfortunately I don't have any more feedbacks. So instead, I need to go inside his house. I'm just gonna casually break his things and... Oh, hey! Looks like an etching of the Kushi girl. Wonder if this guy actually trains at all. So yeah, he just has a little shrine to Kushi. It's obvious he has a crush on her. Hey, is it just me or can you hear snoring from underneath this jug? Let's break the jug! And drop down the hole. I am the greatest. Oh, Kushila. Let's wake this guy up. What the? Huh? I feel so real rested. I plan to meditate underground, but I fell fast asleep. Huh? Who are you? And what business do you have with Susanoo, the greatest warrior ever? Do even the beasts know of my great exploits now? Well, Fido, I'm not looking for apprentices. Go back to the mountains and play with your monkey friends. How dare a mangy mutt like you interrupt my meditation? Get a load of this guy, all brawn and no brains. Quit messing around and come with us. You snuck in here again? Quit bugging me, you bug! I told you, don't call me a bug! Come on, Ami, we're taking him with us. What do you think you're doing? Put me down this instant. What will the neighbors think? I love you, Susano. And look at this. Look at his arms. He's just flailing around. Hey, buddy. I kind of need you to break this giant boulder. You mangy mutt! You brought me all the way here just to test yourself against me? Then prepare to taste the wrath of my trusty blade. Tohem Boku! Hold on a minute. You're the legendary Susano. Yep, none other than Susano, the greatest warrior who ever lived. By the way, never interrupt warriors engaged in battle. But I've got a favor to ask you. This huge boulder blocking the path is really getting in my way. Can't you do something about it? What? Come on, please. I mean, you are Naki's descendant, aren't you? Surely one stone's no match for your mighty skills, right? It is certainly not beyond my ability. Really? Great. Okay then. No time like the present. Go for it. Wait. A boulder of this size is not very easy even for me. This will require my utmost focus to magnify the power of my sword. I shall retire to the training grounds to make preparations. Wait for my return. I wonder. I've never seen the guy train seriously. Ever. So, need to run down here and... So this is training. Interesting way of doing it. I know I told that merchant I could help, but a boulder of that size? I don't care if I'm of legendary bloodline. It's just too big. Oh no, I can't believe I've run out of sake at a time like this. This won't do one bit. That's it for today. I'll just have to train tomorrow. Can't train without sake to fuel the fire. Training will just have to wait till tomorrow. Why do today what can be put off until tomorrow? That's doing things the Susano way. Sake? Oh yeah, this village has got a sake brewing girl, doesn't it? Yep. In order to get the sake to get Susano going, you needed to fix the mill so that Kushi can brew the sake. You're interested in how to brew sake, are you, Snowy? Well, this thing here's for polishing the rice, you see. Oh, I'll tell you what, I got something I think you'll like. It's just some leftover stock from the store, but I made it myself. It's called the Vista of the Gods. Oh, but are you even old enough to drink, Snowy? More like... Probably shouldn't drink it because alcohol is bad for animals. I mean, it's technically bad for everyone, but it's especially bad for animals. Huh? Hold it right there, Fido. Smell. Is that Kushi's famous homebrewed sake? You offered the Vista of the Gods. Fido, my friend, did you bring me some of Kushi's sake? Oh, what a glorious day. Ah, good old sake. A man without drink is like a warrior without his trusty sword. In fact, it is said that Nagi himself relied on the power of the sake in his battle with the dreaded Orochi. It's all so clear now. Let the training begin. I'll just try a bit of my usual routine. Okay, here I come. Feast your eyes on this Susanoo style exploding implosion. Huh? Hiya! Susanoo style exploding implosion. Hiya! And then the lower half just magically disappears. That's amazing! You sliced that huge rock clean in half. You really are something. Wow, I didn't think you could do it, Pops. Me neither. I mean, of course I could. After all, I am Susanoo, the greatest warrior ever. You weren't just showing off when you said you're Nagi's descendant. Someone like you have no trouble fighting monsters off, huh? Well, anyway, thanks a lot. Now I can start doing business again. Did you say monsters? Oh, of course, no problem. This is the job for the most skilled warrior in all of Nippon. Yes, I shall rid these lands of their vile presence. Just sit back and watch the great Susanoo work his magic. He shouldn't get all that puffed up. He's nothing without us. Think he'll be okay? Monsters outside the village are nasty. Ah, glorious Amaterasu. What a pleasure to witness your heroic deeds. I am in awe. When you cleaved the boulder into two, my heart skipped a beat. To see your skills with the brush is to be witness to great art. Yeah? So do we get a reward or something, lady? I hardly think your participation had any impact, little bug. It's Isun! Isun, Isun, Isun! Stop calling me a bug! I'll crawl back into your kimono if you say that again! My word! Ah, relax, lady. Furball here's more comfy anyway. Let's get back to that reward thing you were talking about. Come on, Ami. Put your paw up or something. Go on, shake! I must apologize. I would like to reward you, but I'm afraid I haven't the power. I can barely muster enough strength to make a flower bloom. Though my body stands firmly here within the confines of the village, my roots spread far and wide, protecting remote areas outside. These parts of me are known as guardian saplings. They collect the praise and adoration that give me strength. The recent evil is eroding the guardian saplings. If this continues, I will wilt away as well, and my power will vanish. Worse yet, the dark power grows stronger with each passing day. Life as we know it will be consumed utterly in no time. Ah man, this is getting heavy. Great and powerful Amaterasu, could I be so bold as to request your assistance in rejuvenating these guardian saplings by lifting the curse that enslaves them? I shall mark the locations of nearby saplings on your map. I have grown tired. I haven't even the strength to speak now. I hope that my request has not fallen on deaf ears. You soon heard everything. It's fine if Ami takes a little nap there. Amaterasu, may the fresh scent of flowers protect you always. Bah! I'm always itching for a good fight, but I sure don't want to poke my nose into this mess. Still, I'm stuck with Furball here till I get all the brushed skills. Anyway, Ami's a god and all. What could possibly go wrong? Hey, did you listen to her, Furball? You get the rest of the brush techniques to save the world. And I'll steal and learn them. Yeah, that's the ticket. At least he's honest about how much of a scumbag he is. At any rate, let's start by following those marks on the map. So by opening up that boulder, we can now actually start purchasing stuff from the merchant. Yes, I would like to do some shopping. And from here, we can buy seeds, herbs, meat, fish, which fish doesn't pop up that often in terms of who will eat those. Let's see, there's vengeance slips, which makes you temporarily invincible, which if you're doing a run where you're allowing yourself to use items, that can be really handy. Exorcism slip S's, which does slight damage to all enemies in a fight. Steel Fist Sake, which temporarily increases your attack power. Steel Soul Sake, which increases your defense. Holy Bone S, which restores your health in the middle of a fight, or even outside of battles. And that is it. My best recommendation, have at least a couple of feedbacks at all times. Because animals are everywhere, and again, they're a constant source of good praise. And in fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and run around and see if I can find any animals to feed. I'm pretty sure there's a couple birds that could be fed. And also, I can feed this dog. He eats meat. Get 10 praise for that. And let's see. See, there's some chickens over here that definitely take seeds. Get 8 praise. And let me see if there's any other animals that are nearby. I think there was one over by where Mr. Orange Crash landed after we threw him. And hey, it looks like Mr. Orange actually recovered. Nice. Alright, feed more of these sparrows. Get 41. Let's see, how close am I to the next thing? Okay, so it's 100 for the next ink pot up. Again, prioritize ink pots as much as possible in this game. Because you're going to be spamming brush techniques all the time, so having as many ink pots as possible is going to be really helpful. Let's see. That's about it. So I'll quickly save real quick. Hour 16. And hello, rabbits. You definitely take herbs. And you get 6 praise. Run out and get ready for some awesome music. I didn't play the music like I thought it would. I guess I have to restore this field in order for it to trigger. Huh? You probably know this already, Ami, but this here is Shinshu Field, the most beautiful field in Nippon. At least it's supposed to be. But ever since that incident, I've been getting a bad vibe. We better watch where we're going. You can look at the map by holding down ZL. Let's pay attention to the map as we push ahead. So yeah, you gotta take a quick glance at things while still moving around. Kinda nice. That right there is a demon scroll. Ami, that's the first guardian sapling marked on our map. It's supposed to be a place for travelers to rest and recuperate, but just look at it. It looks like it could fall over at any moment. This place is definitely cursed from the looks of it. Places where evil has taken hold, luring monsters from far and wide, are known as curse zones. But I've never seen one this big. It's withered all the plant life in the area, even that big tree. It'd take a monster with powers beyond even a god to do this. The tree's an offshoot of Sakia. It protects nature in the area. Maybe the natural beauty here would return if we revived it. But how the heck could we do that anyway? Stepping into curse zones will instantly drain you dry of all of your ink pots, making you vulnerable. That right there is a demon. Like I said earlier, this is a demon scroll. Touch it and it'll put you straight into a battle. A random battle. So run over this way, and there's a statue of a man. It's like a merchant. Holy cow, this is bad. It looks like your regular old curse zone from back here. But the evil's far worse. Look up close. It could curse a normal person in a flash. I'm afraid it might even rob you of your power. Okay, so there is the guardian sapling. Hop over and you can see at a glance where different things are. Like that is Kamiki Village. And over here is a woodsman. Nameless man. What's happened? I was out here chopping wood and communing with nature as usual, when I heard a loud rumbling like an earthquake from the lake. There's a huge gust of wind blew up out of nowhere. I don't know what happened next, but when I came to, it was like this. My art workshop was just across the stream there, but it up and vanished when this cursed zone appeared. The earth must be angry. All I wanted is to live with nature in peace, man, but now I can't. Notice a figure running from the lake towards Kamiki. Whoever it was, man, I hope Mother Earth kept them safe. What's up, nature buddy? Curious about that cave? It's the entrance to a place called Hana Valley, the site of an amazing waterfall. But monsters have moved in now. There's a trippy crystal ball that makes plants grow enshrined there. You'd think gardeners would be flocking here for it. Actually, not long ago, that Susano guy went marching in there. It's weird. Normally he runs away at the sight of monsters, and he hardly seems the type to try his hand at gardening. Anyway, it's karma, man. You could be attacked if you went in. I'm gonna just sneak into your house real quick. No problem. See, not much here, but I think I can cut wood and somehow get apples, and I guess that's infinite wood there. So jump over, and I guess we'll go into Hana Valley. Alright. And Hana Valley is kinda the first dungeon, but not really. So, like I said, this game is very similar to Zelda in that there's a bunch of dungeons as well as learning new brush techniques, which are similar to getting items in Zelda, but the thing with Okami is that there's not really as many, like, straight up dungeons, like in the traditional sense that you associate with, like, Zelda games. Instead, most of it is just kind of mini dungeons and maybe an occasional major dungeon. Right. And I guess Hana Valley kind of counts as a mini dungeon. Just something to kind of sink your teeth into and kind of get you associated with how this game is going to work for a good while. Cuts. The instruments. Okay. Let's see if I can damage this guy too, because Power Slash can actually be a multi-hit thing. Nice. restored a little island, as well as... Oh, never mind. Huh? I got rid of the monster, so why did the gods' power disappear? Guess that curse of the gods on the gods of this land must be really strong. They can't intervene till we do something about the stagnant air. Okay, break those and get a feedback. Yeah, you don't necessarily need to buy them. They can sometimes just be hidden in pots, but kind of rarely. See, there's another enemy here. These are cursed trees. Check out the trees. Moving. Better be careful, Ami. They will throw fruits at you. You just power slash them back and it'll stun them. But you can't defeat them quite yet. For me, I'm just going to run past them. They're not much of a threat. Let's see. There's a mini curse zone here, but we can't do anything about that for now. Okay, run past. See, there's a Sano over there. But of course we get interrupted. I love that little bit. Gong, 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 gong. But yes, we get a new enemy type. I am blanking on what its specific name is, but basically it'll burrow underground and will try to attack you with shockwaves when it surfaces up using its drum. My best advice, when it pops out, just hit it once. It'll get it out of the ground and then just combo it a couple of times. Alternatively, you can just coat it in ink and it'll just pop out of the ground naturally, but I kind of prefer this technique. Okay, so I'm at Yellow Godhood, which means I can at least take a few more hits. Okay, I think one more round ought to do it for taking this guy out. Strikes. One hit away. One hit. So I'm at Red Godhood, which means I can only take one more hit. And yep, floor finisher is just another power slash. And I did badly on time. Dang it. Huh? What's all that racket? Oh, it's you, Mutt. What are you doing here? Go home. I already told you I'm not looking for apprentices. Anyway, Hana Valley is no place for a mutt like you. Beyond this point lies my secret training grounds. It's the perfect place to hide. You mean to train? Now, Scoot, be off with ya. Something's missing here. You know what that means? Summon the sun on stone. Melt it away. Again, I love the way these puzzles work in Okami. It's very different from how other games would usually do it. And it kind of makes you think outside the box at times. Wouldn't it have his name? How did that happen? Well, now I could go hide. I mean, now I can go train. Okay, so gonna go and follow Susanoo down here. Avoid the water because I'm pretty sure that will do damage to me. So you do a little bit of a wall jump there and a little sapling. What a strange place. Is this really the secret training ground Susanoo mentioned? Speaking of which, where do Pops go anyway? Let's see, what does it say? Sacred Cherry Cascade. I haven't seen anything remotely like a sacred tree around here. Hey yo, how's it going, dude? What's up with this tiny sapling? I smell a faint scent like sake is coming from this sapling. Okay, slash that apart and let's go down this little pathway. What now? You foul beast. How did you get in here? Foul beast? Tenno-con was today. Missed the last 10 minutes. That's cool, dude. Yeah, some nerve sneaking into my private training ground. Now, you shall get a taste of my new secret technique. Your foul beast looks like an ordinary sleepy bear to me, Pops. Enough talk. My blade thirsts for battle. Here goes nothing. Susanoo style. Susanoo! Su! Sa! No! Susanoo! Now for Susanoo style, exploding implosion. Huh? And don't worry, we didn't kill him. He's just asleep again. That'll teach you, you foolish beast. You're no match for my new secret technique. Rest in peace, foul beast. The great warrior Susanoo condemns the offense, not the offender. Anyway, there are other monsters I must deal with. Okay, click on a check. Jeez, still sleeping like a bear. What a snore. Makes Susanoo sound like a kitten's purr. Okay, yeah, I can't feed the bear. He's not one of the ones that I can add. Anyways, it really is 2006. Because we're doing a ball pushing puzzle! Yeah, I don't know what it was about 2006 and having a bunch of ball pushing puzzles. I really don't know what it was about that year. But hey, at least this one actually functions. Not unlike a certain game with a certain blue hedgehog. Well, somewhat works. It can sometimes glitch a little bit, but it's not that bad. Okay, so push it up. Up here, and then I need to push it down here. Wow, someone had a lot of time on their hands to think all this up. So this was that sphere in the wall painting. I bet the sphere here is magic or something. And to activate that magic, Well, guess what? That thing is solar powered. Hey, is this a guardian sapling? It's all withered like the others. What the? Who turned out the lights? Oh, it's another constellation, Ami. Dot. Dot. Thankfully, the game is very forgiving when it comes to that. And also, monkey. Ah, Amaterasu, origin of all that is good and mother to us all. My gratitude for releasing my body from its slumber. Please accept my humble thanks in return for your great kindness. I am Sakigami, one of the triumvirate of flora gods, known as the Hanagami. My brethren and I have been entrusted with the brush techniques, known collectively as Green Sprout. I now grant my humble power to you. Use it wisely. The next brush technique is ours. That was Sakigami, one of the gods of flora. Apparently, the bloom brush technique can make flowers blossom simply by drawing a circle on a withered tree. Hey, maybe it'll make the withered guardian sapling blossom too. Please read the circle. This game can be a little finicky with it. Okay, good, I read it. Wow, look at how everything grew back so quick. Sakia wasn't kidding about that power of the guardian saplings. So this is what Hana Valley is supposed to look like. Seems Sakia's guardian sapling has lifted the evil curse. I'm not sure how weak the gods have become recently, but it must have taken some wickedly strong power to suppress this magnificent guardian sapling. Even if you are Shiranui Reborn, we might be up against more than we bargained for. Hey, Ami, what about that withered guardian sapling outside? I bet you could revive it like you did this one. And by bringing that guardian sapling back to life, we might be able to lift the curse there too. What are we waiting for? Leap before you think, right? Okay, just kind of search around because sometimes around these guardian saplings they do hide treasure chests around, so it's kind of a thing to kind of keep an eye out for. But yep, Hana Valley is now fully restored. There are a few side things that we can do right now. In fact, I'm probably gonna go and do those right now. Oh, hi imps. Okay, mid-air combo. And oh yes, sometimes when you're in your like divine brush thing, sometimes there'll be stuff like that, like a little what looks like a mist. That usually indicates that you can perform a certain brush technique there. That's usually how you can tell that, oh, I can perform bloom, I can perform certain things. Kind of a good thing to keep in mind, especially if you want to use specific brush techniques for something. Okay, so coat this guy in ink, and I took a hit, which means I'm not gonna get a perfect damage thing. In the results screen, the damage is about how much damage you've taken, not necessarily how much damage you dealt. So a perfect cherry blossom means you took no damage during the fight. Come on. Just one more hit. No. Always off by one. Always off by one with this guy. Okay, so coat you in ink and power slash. And I did badly on time. Restored a bit of the land as well as unveiled a bunch of boars. Which, do I have? No, I do not have the feedbacks to give you guys. Because you eat seeds, and I do not have any. Let's see, where am I going? I think I was going this way. That creepy old tree just won't give up. I've got an idea. Maybe you could hit its fruit right back at it. While it's stunned, you can use bloom to get rid of it. Thankfully, while you're in your brush time, time is completely frozen. Keep that in mind. That can actually be really helpful during certain fights. Huh. I got a feedback. See if I can use that on the boars, please? Yes. Get 9 praise, which means another ink pot. Run down here. Whoa, Isu, what's up? Statue's all dirty, but that's proof it's been watching over us for ages. Can't do anything with that right now, but that is something to keep in mind. Whoa, Ami, hold on. Hana Valley looks so much better now, but what about this gloomy patch of grass? You could use the power of bloom to fill it in. Just fill it with your brush and bloom will take care of it. Usually I like to draw a circle on the skull right there. That's usually the best way to do it. Obtain green sprout tips. And it's telling you that if you just draw little dots, you can instantly grow trees, which can be used against foes. Like, it can be used as a shield. I personally don't do this, though. Hami, this looks like a travel guide. It's an ancient record of a pilgrimage across the land. This is where the real thing. It'd normally be worth a fortune, but with all the copies out there, you probably wouldn't get much for it. At any rate, if you ever want to read it, just open up the fan menu. It may sound rather preachy, but it should at least help you in your travels. Alright, so are you gonna throw your fruit at me? Throw your fruit at me. Thank you. Okay, restore you. And I thought you weren't cursed anymore, so why are you still following me, like turning with me? I know it's supposed to be a flat image and that's the idea, but it still looks kind of silly to see you do that. Alright, are you gonna throw your fruit? Last second rescue. Ginseng. Okay, well, it's stunned. Bloom it. And these black trees with the little, like, I don't know what that thing is called, actually. I know about a lot of things in Japanese culture, but I don't know everything, so I don't know what this thing is called. Anyways, draw bloom on it. You can bring it back to life. It may be minuscule amounts of praise for it, but still, bloom every tree every bit of praise is worth it. Nice. And what about that one island that I saw, like, a long time ago, where I like fought a bunch of enemies and then it was like restored for a second, but then it disappeared just as quickly. Is that just... Yeah, that's further down. Okay. Also, this music is so freaking tranquil. I'll let you listen to it for a second. Of course you had to interrupt it, you freaking imps. Hey, come on. Slash. Get me some demon fangs. Slash. Slash both of you. And yeah, there we go. That's better. There's the island. Get 15 praise for that. Not bad. See, I hear some sort of noise. Oh, monkeys! Okay. So monkeys can pretty much eat anything. In fact, they're one of the few animals that'll actually eat fish. So, Bloom. Bloom, and also I'm pretty sure that monkey was just spanking its butt at me, trying to taunt me. For a second. Alright, so I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna go to that island. Because this little glowy spot? Dig that up. And you get a little clover. Kind of a nice little reference to Clover Studios, the people who made this game. Which has since shut down, but thankfully a lot of the people who worked at Clover eventually went on to basically found Platinum Star Games, the people behind Bayonetta and Astral Chain. So, they still get work. They still get good work. For restoring all the trees, you get a special reward. Which means I need to run all the way back up. Ah, get out of the water. You can only swim for a very short amount of time. Once that thing runs out, you basically start losing life. Think of it kind of like the swimming stamina in Wind Waker. Right up here, and got a sun fragment. Think of these similar to pieces of the heart in the Zelda series. Collect 3 and you extend your life by 1. By 1 solar unit. Okay, so run all the way back down here. And let's go ahead and bloom the other tree. Oh, wait. I see it. I see it. Green glowy spot. Clovers are worth a lot of praise for being something that's kind of plant-based. Like, 5 praise is pretty high for this early. Okay, that's a new brush technique in the bag. Now, Ami, before you get all excited and forget what you're supposed to do, I have an important tip for you. Ready? Okay, if you forget what to do next, press plus to open the fan menu, and then take a look at the logbook. You'll find the journal there. So yeah, this kind of gives you a nice little recap of things that you've done in the story in case you take really long gaps between playing. And you forget, hey, what was I doing last time? Let's see, what's up with you? Freaky. Looks like the river suddenly cleared up. I did see Susanoo was past here a little while ago. But surely it wasn't him who cleaned up the river, was it? Nah, that wouldn't make any sense. So run over towards the guardian sapling. Hopefully that demon scroll doesn't get me. They do chase after you. And okay, here we go. Getting into full view of the camera and... the field has been restored. Wow, that nasty curse zone is completely gone. The plants and animals are back. I just feel that fresh breeze. Now that's what I call great divine intervention. If you keep on dispelling the evil curse like this, I bet the gods of nature will lend you their powers. Hey, that's Sakia's tree, isn't it? Maybe she perked up just 'cause you provided a guardian sapling? Well, we can stop by and see her later. I mean, we're kind of on a roll here. How about we take a look around Shinshu Field first? You've been gone 100 years, right? A good run around the place will do you good. Obtain fleeting battle. This is only useful if you encounter demon scrolls. If you get into a battle involving a demon scroll, there's like a little hole where you can basically attack it and then you can emerge out and escape from battle. Whoa, what's up with this old gate? I don't like the looks of it. It's just teeming with evil power. I can feel it. Still, you being a god and all, we can't just ignore it. What do you think, my furry friend? We going through it or what? This is what's known as a devil gate. You step through it, and you will find wave after wave of different enemies. Clearing every wave will do a little bit of divine intervention and restore some of the land. Okay, run back a little bit to grab my Demon Fang. Slash. And there we go. Slash that. Get a little bit of money and... Hi! You're probably going to cost me a lot of time. Because I don't remember for the life of me what was the most efficient way of defeating you. Oh, right, it was getting behind you and then attacking you so that you're stunned for a prolonged period of time. That was it. That was what was your weakness. Oh, yeah, he also sometimes launches his drum like a cannon. Oh, no, I was so close to being able to almost one-cycle it. Okay, so it's merging out here, and then strike you. Okay, not bad on time. Restores a bit of the land, and we also get some rabbits around here. So that's it. Those things are gateways to monster lairs. I've heard of such gates before. They're called devil gates. Those monsters got a lot of nerve building things like that. Let's tear them down wherever you see them. So I'm gonna explore this place a little bit because there's some good stuff around here. Let's see. There's this down here. That's definitely a good place to start. Bloom. And we have a new enemy. These are dead fish. Or flying fish, whichever you prefer. So first I'm going to take out these green imps. Or I could just target the fish. That's fine too. Okay. So slash you. Oh, no, get them off! Get them off before. Yes, if they grab onto you, they will kamikaze and blow themselves up. Okay, get The Legend of Orochi. Travel guide. Let's go ahead and read on about it. The hamlet of Kimiki lies nestled in the Shinshu field of Nippon. The village bears the burden of a sad and troublesome tradition. Okay, so it's basically everything from the intro. Until his heroic act put the tradition to rest, 99 girls have been slain. This is a fact we must not forget. Alright, so I'm gonna look around because this spot is actually kind of important for something. Sleeping like a log, come back at night. You read the message. Guess we'll have to come back tonight. Okay, so I guess we're running around for a bit, because that is also required. That house is actually required for story. So then I guess for now, what I can do is look around for either curse zones or... Hang on, I see a curse zone over there, actually. Go take care of that. See, if there's no skull, then target at least the purple thing right here. Restore that for something we can't do anything with right now. Let's see, there's that house that's down there. So, might as well go and approach it, because this leads into a side thing that is actually kind of useful. Talk to Mika. Oh, dear me, this is awful. Priest of the Moon Shrine. Ah, a most welcome guest has wandered into our shrine. Your timing is immaculate, Wolf. I need to speak to you. Outside is Lake Harami, Nippon's largest lake. In the middle of it, there was an old shrine called the Moon Cave. But it's completely disappeared, vanished into thin air. It enshrined the wicked demon that Nagi and Shiranui once defeated. It housed Tsukuyomi, the fabled sword that keeps the demon at bay. That demon, its name was... No, I'll be cursed if I say it. Anyway, the point is, what on earth has happened to the shrine? It's guarded day and night by the Tao Master Waka. On the one occasion he has to go back to the city, this happens. Oh dear. Lately there have been monsters haunting these parts as well. Those mischief-making monsters are the worst. I expect this is their doing. Well, maybe not this time, but they need to be dealt with. I've already prepared a wanted list for them. Basically, these wanted lists consist of different monsters you'll fight. Defeat them all, and then you'll receive a reward. But you can only fight these monsters at night. The gods will have marked all of those wanted monsters with a sign. You'll know as soon as you lay eyes on them. However, they're very cautious. They only come out at night. Well, there you go. Put this list up somewhere obvious, Wolf. I'm sure some brave soul will step up to the challenge. May the gods protect you always. Hey, this is a sweet job for us, Ami. Let's keep this list handy and take care of all those mischief-making monsters ourselves. I mean, we're gonna run into them whether we like it or not. So we might as well collect the reward too. Anyways, seems like they only come out at night, so let's give it a shot. Step outside and... instant nighttime! Along with a forced encounter with one of these monsters. Biwamaru the Vandal. They'll be marked with an exercising arrow. Exercising arrows are sacred relics for driving away evil. That means somebody really wanted to get rid of this monster. Come on, Ami, finish it off. My advice for these, just focus on the wanted monster. Once you defeat them, the rest of the monsters will just simply die. A air combo and slash to at least get more demon fangs. Biwamaru the Vandal defeated. See, the rest of them just up and died. Okay, it looks like it did take a little bit of damage during that fight. That was one of those monsters from the monster notebook. And we just happened to find it. Boy, you never know what you'll find next. You know the monster notebook. Well, you can cross off the wander. Go ahead and strike the name off with your brush. That's one less monster. At this rate, it won't be long before you can cross them all out. Once you defeat all the wanted monsters, go find the priest. Again, you'll only encounter them at nighttime and at random demon scrolls. Okay, so run up and let's go back to that one house that can only be opened at nighttime. Because again, I want to prioritize that. Because it is required for story. As for the wanted monsters, I may just do that off-stream. Because again, it is completely random chance whether or not you'll encounter any of these guys. I don't feel like fighting, so I'll just break my way out. Jump out. Go in the door. Thank you. It's just like riding a bike in Pokemon. Always struggle to get inside the house. No. It can't be right. He shouldn't be doing that. No. Double check my formula. No. Hey, you there, got a minute? Hmm? Whoa, what's this little wisp doing here? Hey, who you call a wisp? I'm Isu the Wandering Artist. Well, you're a little ball of fire, aren't you? I'm Tama. Tama the Flaming Pyrotechnist. That's what they call me. Listen up, you two. I'm just about to set off a humdinger of a doozy. Take a look at the formula I posted on the wall there. My whole career as a pyrotechnist has led to that formula, friends. It's for a little firework I've dubbed the Midnight Wonder Boy. There's only one problem. Even though I know the formula is sound, it's not working right yet. I know. Listen, pup. You've got good eyes. Fiery eyes. Smoldering eyes. Maybe your red-hot glare is just what I need to set this off. Feast your eyes on the greatest display the world has ever seen. Hold on to your hats, kids. Here I go. The brightest constellation in the sky, the Midnight Wonder Boy. Holy smokes! That Tama may have a few screws loose, but boy can he deliver! Also, the little jump for joy that Ami did is so freaking adorable. I love that they really lead into Ami being a dog and a wolf. I think that's really freaking adorable. That light again. Oh, it's another constellation, Ami. Amaterasu, origin of all that is good and mother to us all. Too often it is easy to forget that which we cannot see. Hidden away, I lost track of you, but now my soul is at ease. I, Bakugami, god of explosive force, lend my power to your cause. Use the cherry bomb to lay waste to foes and obstacles alike. Even in serious moments, the game has to have at least a little bit of a sense of humor. Hey, did another brush technique just come back to you? That was Bakugami, the god of explosions. His technique is called Cherry Bomb. Tama's enthusiasm must have awakened the god's power in you. Well, what are you waiting for? Let's get the Cherry Bomb a try. What about that cracked wall over there? Why did you try a Cherry Bomb on it? But be careful. Cherry Bomb will automatically explode if it comes into contact with an enemy or with whatever it can explode on. Otherwise, it will have a little bit of a time limit before it can explode. And inside that cracked wall, obtain a rat statue, one of the 13 Zodiac treasures. And actually, this brings up a good point that pretty much all of the brush gods in this game are based off of the Chinese Zodiac. The 13 animals of the Chinese Zodiac. So, kind of a neat thing to think about. I didn't build up enough godhood to restore my shield. Alright, I had enough for that at least. To at least withstand the explosion with the godhood earlier. The Chinese Zodiac only... Does it? I remember it either being 12 or 13. I can't remember. Let's see. I think I can power slash him off. Yeah, I can power slash him off and... I think your floor finisher? Yeah, it's still power slash. Again, I'm not going to act like I'm an expert on mythologies, even though I think this was actually the game that actually got me more into different mythologies, especially ones from Japan. Because I'm not kidding when I say about 80% of this game's characters and story has some reference to Japanese mythologies, fairy tales, all that stuff. And we obtained a stray bead. This is the main collectible of Okami. There are 100 of them total. Never mind that it doesn't show 100. The 100th one you'll just get by completing the main story, but other than that, there are 100 of these things to find. Let's see. Shinji Field. Getting all 100 of these will net you a very special reward. Out of the water. Out of the water. Let me see if I can spot any others. Fortunately, I can't dig this up. It's too hard for little Ami's feet. I guess as a kind of a last stop, I can... Well, first, I can take care of this devil gate. Alright, it's one of these imps. Good. And now I actually know how to really counter these guys. This guy. Okay. Get behind him. Slash him so he's stunned. Come on. Almost. Yes, one cycled. Wow, that threw the demon fang far. Dang. Alright. Hit. Okay, one more imp ought to do it, unless it decides to throw another round at me. But these early game devil gates are pretty dang short. Okay, there's at least one more. It is one of the drum imps. Okay, wait for you to emerge. Okay, you're popping out that side. Hit! No, stop doing mid-air combos. That is one downside to the mid-air combo, is that sometimes you kind of get too locked into it and you can't necessarily move. It is one downside. Even though, in general, I prefer doing the air combos. Alright, is that it? That is it. Restart all that and get 15 praise for our efforts. Along with this, which we can't do anything with until much later. Huh? What a pretentious sign. Ami, this here's a dojo. It's where people come to learn sword fighting and martial arts. But who knows if they'll train you here. Maybe if you're good, Wolfie, they'll teach you a trick or two. See, there's a couple pigs out front. I don't have anything to feed them with, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and head into the dojo. Thankfully, it's open 24/7. Onigiri Sensei. Well, what do we have here? Looks like I have an adorable lupine visitor. My name is Onigiri Sensei, and this is my dojo. What business could a wolf like yourself have at a dojo like this? Certainly you haven't come to study the fighting arts with yours truly. Oh, I like the cut of your jib, my furry friend. I very much like to while away the hours I play with you, but I'm afraid this place is far too dangerous for creatures like you. That is, of course, unless you can cover the training fee. So we can teach him, he can teach us a couple of different things. Fleetfoot, which if you press ZR will basically act as a dodge. Honestly, not that useful. It's better to jump out of the way than use the dodge, if I'm being honest. So it's not the most useful thing, and I usually save this one for last. Reflector technique for wins, however, is pretty useful. Adds another hit to your combo. Can be very good. There's also the rosary technique, which we don't have a rosary, so can't exactly do anything with that. And lastly, God technique Golden Fury. Press A to insult foes to get demon fangs. I cannot wait to show you this. This is actually really, really funny. But out of all of these, I think getting 4 wins is probably gonna take priority. I'll be a monkey's uncle. You got the cash, have you? I see. Suppose I have no choice. I'll do as you wish and allow you to enroll in my dojo. Oh my gosh, he turned his head upside down! What? Are you mentally prepared to handle the ultimate challenge? Step inside to test your might. Let the lesson begin. We'll practice the 4 winds reflector technique. Take these tips to heart and remember them as we train. Yeah, just press attack button a couple of times and then you'll get basically another combo versus the previous one where you only had 3 hits per combo. Obtain the technique scroll. On guard. Not bad. Keep it up. Oh my gosh, he's magical. He repaired that thing like it's like nothing. Put more energy into it. So yeah, just do this a couple of times until he tells you basically you can leave. Hopefully this is the last time. Hang on, let me try something. Let me try leaving. Because usually it's just, you need the technique scroll, maybe do it once or twice, and then you're good. Had enough, eh? Okay, yeah, I can leave, and I'll still have it. So yeah, that is the dojo. Let's see, is there anything that's around here? Can't do anything with this until later, unfortunately. Oh hey, it's daytime. Also, nighttime makes it more obvious where there's treasure chests being buried. Okay, got a straight bead. Hopefully I'm not missing any stray beads in Hana Valley. Hopefully. Again, I've only 100% in this game, like, I think twice in my lifetime. Because, heck, even when I streamed this 2 years ago, I only completed the main story. I didn't really do that much in terms of side stuff. Which, again, it feels so weird that I first played that I started streaming 2 years ago. Like, tomorrow is the official 2-year mark of when I first hit go live. And again, this was like the first thing I did. Well, technically the first story-driven thing. Technically the very first thing I did was do a Splatfest in Splatoon 3, which, by the way, there is a Splatfest today. Major coincidence. Okay, restore all these trees. And okay, I think I filled up the astral pouch enough to at least get one revive. I think 100 in the astral pouch equals a revive. Huh? Heading back to the village already? Check your map again. We still have his... Oh. Yeah, I guess if the game is telling me to explore more things, I guess I'll do it. Oh, that's going back to the village. Go out this way. Let's see, there's another devil gate. I'll go ahead and take care of that. Oh, I missed the brush technique. There we go. Smack. Smack. And slash that. Alright, it's just these, just these music players left. Oh, never mind. Another green imp just spawned in. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I played this as like the first game on my when I first started streaming. I wanted to have a kind of a shorter, simpler game kind of be my first game. Because, again, this game is pretty dang short. Like, I'm fully expecting to finish this game by August. Only know of Okami through Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Always wanted to try the series myself. It's actually pretty easy to access. Like, it's not only available on pretty much every modern system imaginable, but it's also pretty dang cheap. Like, normally the digital version of this game is like $20. And actually, if you get it on the Nintendo eShop, it's almost always on sale. Like, I got this thing for $5 when I first got my Switch. So it's pretty dang easy to get it and get into it. All right, so what were the spots I needed to visit? Okay. Let's see, there's a couple. Oh, sorry, horse. I didn't mean to scare you like that. No, I don't want to eat you. $5? Yeah, it was, again, really freaking cheap. And again, that was just on sale. Let's see, there's a couple boars, and as well as a chest that has a scroll on feeding. I already went over all of that, so wish more games were that affordable. I know, yeah. Same here. I guess the little circle thing is telling me to basically go over here? And, like, approach the moon cave? Moon cave entrance, yeah. That's probably it. Huh? We passed under the shrine gate and followed a narrow path. So, where the heck's the moon cave? It should be right here. Hey, what's with that big old mountain over there? Since when did that appear in the middle of Lake Harami? They say the moon cave is where Nagi slew the legendary beast. But that huge mountain is way too big for the moon cave I remember. I mean, just look at it. It's impressive. So I think I can quickly approach it and just kind of give an idea of what this thing is like. And just a bit of a barrier. Can't do anything with that. Ouch, what the heck? There's some kind of barrier here. Never seen one so powerful. We better be off staying away from that thing. Especially considering it actually did do damage to me there. I don't want to waste my holy bones. It's fine. So let's just continue to run back over to the field, and I'll see about what that last, like, circle on the map is. The last mark on the map is. That way I can get Isun off my back. And plus, I think down here there might be something of value. See, there's like a statue thing as well as... Ooh, feedback, finally. I get one of those. Guardian statue, but I don't think anyone's been here in years. It's in pretty bad shape. Why don't you leave an offering? Can't really leave it an offering right now, fortunately. And I think on the opposite side should be something. See, there's a couple trees and... Hello, little mark in the ground. Another stray bead. restore the tree. Restore the tree. Fill up the astral pouch, even though, again, I think this game is really friggin' easy, so I almost never have to use the astral pouch. Like, seriously, across all of my playthroughs of this game, I have never died once. I have never used the astral pouch. Alright. Still have that circle thing. What, do I need to, like, read the sign or try to reach... I got a forest? Yeah, avoid the demon scroll. And maybe now that I have another feedback, maybe I can give it to the horses? Alright, no. It's seeds, so they need herbs in order to eat. Okay, avoid the demon scroll and... to Agata Forest. This waterway leads to Agata Forest. It's the most green and fertile place in the region. I heard that villagers used to take the ferry to the forest long ago. Okay. Somehow still didn't trigger that. But hey, at least now I can actually blow this thing up. And get a coral fragment. Again, this stuff is just basically selling fodder. What, do I need to attempt to swim over there or something? I can't reach it. It's too far away. Crap. Get out of the water, Okami! Get out of the water! 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 Get out of the... No! Well, that was a fail. I have no idea why it's still giving me that thing. Whatever, I'll just say that I did explore it, so let's just go back to Kamiki. Okay, hop, and... it's almost nighttime. This would have been a perfect time for me to go hunting, but again, I think I'm gonna save most of that for off-stream. Let's go back and check on Sakia. You can use the map to explore Shichu later. New gun I got from Tenokon is dope. Nice. The village is bustling with activity. Wonder what's going on. Oh, been set to do the shopping, have you, pup? Yeah, I think I might do a little bit of shopping. Again, it's good to have at least 1 or 2 bags of feed at all times. Alright, let's go. What a joy to see life return into the land. Just 15 more to go. We will be blessed with a miracle when all the trees are in bloom. Make type 14, bud. So yeah, the next thing we need to do is actually go around Kamiki and bloom all the trees. It's a minigun that has alt fire. When the alt fire turns its barrels into drones that can fire 4 targets, but alt fire wastes more ammo. Oh, okay. Oh, birds. $153, nice. Fortunately, I can't get to that chest quite yet. I need another technique in order to get it. gun go burr and is amazing. Ammo won't be a problem once it's leveled, and I have ammo mutation mod on it. Nice. Okay, so it's nighttime again, and let me see about finding more of the trees. Ammo mutation turns all secondary ammo into primary ammo. Oh, cool. Alright, any... Oh, hey, another digging spot. Dig. And this time we get Dragonfly Bead. Which means more gun goes burr. Alright, so there's all these trees up on the pathway that I need to bloom. And hopefully my ink pouch, my ink will be able to refill as quickly as I'm dumping it out. There is an item later that does make ink refill much faster, but that doesn't pop up for a long time. All right, so more of these trees. Which, thankfully, going to Celestial Brush mode does make things a little easier to see. And also, a nice little detail. Look up in the top right corner. That shows how much ink you have left. I don't know, it's the little details in this game that make it great. Anything else around here? Let me go back down to that guy from earlier. See how many more trees I have left to get. Run a little faster. Wait, are there any along the pathway to Sakia's tree? There probably is. No, there isn't. Okay. Also, neat little thing. Hey, Asakia, my little blossom. You're looking mighty fine thanks to us. Hey, what did she say something? Come to think of it, I haven't seen her around lately. She didn't kick the bucket, did she? Come on, Sakia. Let's see that pretty little face of yours. I know. Let's ask Mr. Orange what's going on. So yeah, if you go around the gate, you can approach this little statue of the hero Nagi. The statue of Nagi was erected to protect the village, you see. It's located even deeper than Shiranui's statue. They must really revere him. But still, wasn't there an even bigger statue of him around here? Indeed there was. And the only way to get to it is by going through the gate. Which will lead back to the statue of Nagi, past the River of the Heavens. Again, it's just little touches that make this game awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna go back down and I'm gonna double check to see how many more trees there are left for me to bloom. Because again, you need to bloom all the trees in order to make story progress. Alright. Only one to go. Just one more to go. I was afraid you were going to say just one left, because now I need to do a massive manhunt for that last tree. Oh, great. Yes, that's how it always is. That's how it always is with this game. Oh, there it is. Okay, that didn't take long. I was complaining about nothing. I was moaning and groaning for nothing. Alright, that little musical sting probably means that I got all the trees. So let's go ahead and talk to this guy. Every single wither tree in this village is now in full bloom. Now all we must do is wait. Wait for a miracle to take place. Well, we need to cause our own miracle. And for that, I need to go up to the viewing platform. One thing I find funny with Warframe is if there's ever a problem you have with a frame or weapon, 9 times out of 10 you can fix that problem if you're smart enough. Yeah, that is kind of a nice thing about some shooters, is that sometimes you just need to make tiny little tweaks and then suddenly you can actually pull off some good stuff with pretty much anything that the game throws at you. Okay, let's talk to Mr. Orange. At last. At last, the answer to all my prayers. All the village's trees have sprung back to life. It is time to harness the power that dwells within the good earth. Yes, it is time for the Konohana Shuffle. I shall summon back the spirit of the divine tree Konohana. Sake of Valor. But first, I must break my vow of temperance. I shall gingerly sip this sake, and soon we shall see blossoms. Yes, gingerly sip it. Oh, yes, yes, yes! Is that an innuendo for something? I mean, this game does have a pervier sense of humor than probably used to on this channel, but yeah. Hey, Gramps, you okay? You got a real weird look in your eyes. Snowball, Isun, what you're about to see is the stuff of legends. Behold, the secret of secrets. I give you the Konohana Shuffle. One example of what I mean is you take an MK1 little beginner weapon, pop an Orkin Catalyst, and form it 3 or 4 times. It'll almost keep up with late game weapons. It's always nice to have those shooters where even the beginner weapons can actually still keep up with things. Like with it's kind of the same thing with Splatoon. Like, the Splattershot Junior, which is the weapon you still that you get at the very beginning of the game, it's still seen even in high level competitive play. So it's always nice to see shooters that can do that kind of thing. Ah, great Amaterasu. So Sakia, you're alive and you look very nice. We're afraid you can customize everything. Yeah, no kidding. Little bug friend, I see you are full of spunk as always. I also owe this elderly gentleman my deepest thanks. What bravery. Mere words cannot express the depth of my gratitude. Thanks to you all, I have been restored and re-energized. You know, even compared to the outfit, which literally shows her ass, that is definitely a lot more exposed. Even Isun is having the correct response to this. Of course, the one who deserves my thanks and respect the most is none other than the glorious god Amaterasu. Praise be to you. Yep, definitely earns a T rating. Cannot guarantee that it will mean salvation for all of Nippon. But if you restore the guardian saplings spread about the land, you too will benefit from the power that results. I will remain in Kamiki, praying for your mission's success. How I look forward to gazing upon you again. May the fresh scent of flowers protect you always. Mentions Sakia is the healer because she's DLC. Yeah. Aw, man, what now? Another brush technique. But there is a base game healer that's just as good, yeah. Little fourth wall humor never hurt. Except in this case, it definitely hurt his face. Ah, Amaterasu, origin of all that is good and mother to us all. Long have I hidden myself here among the nature of Kamiki. But the time has come for I, Hasugami, proud member of the Hanagami trio of Flora gods, to reveal myself. May my power be of assistance on your grave quest. Holy smokes, that was a Hasugami! With the water lily power, you can create lily pads on water. You can use them to cross any body of water. Let's try it out. Come on, this way, Ami. I've been eyeing that treasure chest out there for some time. So have I, Yisun, so have I. Why don't you create some lily pads here? Make them like stepping stones all the way to the islet. The water lily brush technique creates lily pads on water. All you gotta do is draw circles on the water. Yes, that's it! Hey, wipe that smirk off your face, Furball. At least we don't have to worry about getting wet anymore. I know, now that you have this new power, let's use it to travel a bit further out of the village. I know, there's a waterway for a ferry that went out of business around here. Our little Sakia is back to her old peppy self, but there are still lots of guardian saplings that haven't blossomed. So, jump up and I barely miss it, but it's fine, because even when you're in the water, you can still draw a lily pad directly below you. In fact, that's actually what I would recommend the most. Oh, first get another solar fragment. But yes, that is what I would recommend the most. Swim out as far as you can, and once you reach the edge of the land, or when it looks like your solar energy is about to run out, draw a lily pad directly underneath. That's the fastest way to travel in the water. Okay, another clover. Man, I can't even draw this freaking circle. There we go. Okay, 195 praise. I'm about 5 away from being able to upgrade my ink pots again. Okay, swim back to shore. And oh yeah, you can only have like, I think up to 3 lily pads at a time. I want to say. Again, I could be wrong on that. But bottom line, you can only have a handful of them available at any given moment. And okay. So I think what I want to do now is actually go towards that spot with the fairies. See, it's good on everything. Yeah, let's go. Alright, looking at the map, yeah, there's nothing much else going on, so let's go ahead and head out. Hi, horses. I could. Right, you eat herbs, not seeds. All right, give me that praise. 203. And that makes 6 ink pots. Again, prioritize ink pots completely when playing through this game. Okay, swim it as far as I can. Okay, right here. Lily pad. And already at the entrance. Under normal circumstances, this would have taken like 5 or 6 lily pads, but I only did it in 2 with the way I did it. Cherry bomb this. And welcome to the next major area of Okami, Agata Forest. The cursed zone expanded into the forest. I thought evil would shun areas with so much grass and trees. Must really be some curse, the way it's changed the forest. For this, I need to hop down, and there is a little waterfall cave right behind here. And there's a guardian sapling in here. Again, it took me forever to find on my first playthrough. Get 30 praise, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, I just saw something move in the grass. There's some rabbits around here. And obtain devout beads. A new divine instrument. Guarded by a guardian sapling, eh? Wow, Sakia's gonna spoil you at this rate. Anyway, this is gonna make your life a whole lot easier. The monsters are gonna try to get you any way they can. So you need to equip a good divine instrument and practice with it. But remember, there's more than simply equipping them. They can be equipped as a sub-weapon or a main weapon. A weapon's effect will differ depending on how it's equipped. You can even pull off some secret techniques with your sub-weapons. Even after your 100-year nap, you remember that much, right? I know you're not too bright, but no sweat, no thinking involved. Just try to equip that new divine instrument as a main weapon. So something I didn't go over, because I wanted to wait until we got more weapons. There are different weapon types in Okami. There's weapons like the Divine Retribution, which are known as reflectors. As the main weapon, they are basically the most balanced. They have balanced attack speed and balanced attack power, but nothing really stands out about them at all. But not much about it stands out. And as a sub, it will, which you, in the Switch version, you would press X to activate it as a sub weapon. It will act as a shield. The second weapon type is what this thing is. What the devout beads are, which are rosaries. As the main weapon, they basically act as a whip, doing multi-hit attacks, often stun-locking enemies into place. But in exchange, they do the least amount of damage, even though they have the highest attacking speed. And as a sub, they basically just act as a ranged attack. Got the hang of it? Well, let me give you an example. You know that mirror of yours? Well, it acts as a shield when equipped. Yeah, I already went over that, Isun. You're like 2 steps behind me. The sacred tree in Kamiki Village will bear guardian fruit each time a guardian sapling is revived. Make sure to stop by Sakia's tree whenever you return to Kamiki. There will be story reasons to return to Kamiki, so I'll just save getting whatever prize from Sakia then. Alright, and I'm not mistaken. Yep, there is a clover back here. And also, there is a third weapon type in Okami, but we don't unlock that for a very, 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 very long time. Like, I'm talking probably not until you're probably about halfway through the game. That late. Anyways, let's hop through and... Oh gosh. Oh gosh, I know what's coming again. Do I want to do the voice? Do I want to do the voice? Alright. Hark! The call... I won't do this. I won't do the voice. I'm not going to offend anybody with it. Hark! The call of the heavens, the earth, the sea. They summoned me forth to defeat evil. Waka! The god's gift to man is here. Bonjour! Yes, he is supposed to have a French accent. What's up with this guy? That crimson shading and divine instruments on your back. You look kinda weird, but I reckon you pack a punch, baby. Hey, think you're so special way up there, huh? Get down here and talk face to... Wait, did he say crimson shading? Can he see Ami's true form? Oh, I want a lightsaber flute. Hey, he drew a sword. This is how I get my point across, pun intended. The moment the curse zone started spreading across Nippon, I saw the shadowy figure that removed the sacred sword Tsukuyomi flee into Kamiki Village and seal the entrance with a huge rock. You guys know anything about that? This guy gives me the creeps. Better keep your eye on him. Huh? Ami, you getting all worked up again? Magnificent. I wouldn't have it any other way. Now, you shall get an earful of my beloved sword. Behold, pillow talk. Let's rock, baby. The first true boss of Okami is Waka. No. Basically, jump out of the way of a lot of his attacks until he's kind of stunned. And then use the rosary to kind of stun lock him into place. And sometimes he'll also throw swords. If you power slash them, you can redirect them back at him. Like so. Just a little bit more. No! Also, bosses do not have any sort of floral finisher, so just defeat them the normal way. It's been quite some time since I've tasted your power, Amaterasu. Just learned that EA did a big F-up. I mean, what gaming company hasn't made a giant F-up in the past, like, 2 weeks? Let's be honest with ourselves with that one, okay? It's been quite some time since I've tasted your power, Amaterasu. That's enough for now. Too late now. You're the one who picked the fight. Hey, wait, you know this guy, Ami? Well, that was pretty tactless. Excuse-moi, baby. You see, I was looking into that cursed zone you struck this area. It consumed all in its path, even the light of the sun. They made a sports game that has a single-player mode where you have to pay $100 for... What? Excuse me? That's stupid. It is the Curse of Orochi, the legendary 8-headed serpent. Orochi? Do not utter that name without reason. That alone could curse the weak of mind. Orochi was slain 100 years ago by Nagi and Shiranui, and its evil spirit was sealed away in the Moon Cave, which I guarded. Sports video game players are rightfully pissed. Yeah, I would be pissed too, honestly. You know, the cave in the middle of the lake over on Shinshu Field? But someone has gone and freed Orochi by removing Tsukuyomi. The beast's evil has caused the curse zone to cover these lands. I never thought the sacred sword could be so easily removed. Whoever did it waited till I was back in the capital. It seems things are afoot that even I did not prophesize. Ami couldn't care less. We're way ahead of you, pretty boy. We've been busy dispelling the curse left and right. That Orochi's gonna be mincemeat when we're through with it. So, you're the ones who revived the trees in this area. But a lot of time's passed since Orochi's return. You'd better pick up the pace, Mashari. What? I'm sorry to say, our battle just now was a big disappointment. You're not what you used to be, Amaterasu. You may have defeated Orochi long ago, but one cannot dwell on past glories. You have weakened greatly during your 100-year slumber. Yamato no Orochi. Yeah, it's basically what this is referencing. That's enough. Now tell me about that shadowy figure you saw fleeing to Kamiki. How do we know it wasn't you? Relax, my little bouncing friend. Oh, I almost forgot. I have a little prophecy for you. I can see into the future, you know. I foresee a log and a big thrill. You'll know what I'm talking about when the time comes. Anyway, I must be off. The work of a prophet is never done. Au revoir, baby. So he can see into the future, and he has clearly wings. He's high into you with the Monado. Get him! What a freak! Who the heck does he think he is? Hey, wake up, Ami. We got work to do. Oh, great. Now you covered me in dust. Kurchin Yamata, no, Yamato, yeah. So really quickly, I want to see if what I think has unlocked. There's something very, very useful that I've kind of built up a little bit. See, not you. See, you're a regular merchant, so you're not who I want. Should be... Yes! You! Oh, how funny. I don't think I've seen a white wolf before. What's your name? What? Come on, tell me your name. You may only be a wolf, but manners are manners. AKA Japanese Hydra, yeah. Name's Isun. And this furball here is Amaterasu. That's a bit of a mouthful. Let's go with Chalky, shall we? As for me, I'm the infamous Fang Trader. Yes, I am the Great Kiba. The Great Fang Trader Kiba. Now then, Chalky, you know about monster leftovers, right? You know, what you get when you defeat a monster? I'm talking about the Demon Fangs. Demon Fangs? All you need to do is tan those monsters' hides, then they drop a Demon Fang just before they disappear. The aristocrats love to have them as a symbol of power. They'll pay any price you care to ask. So then, Chalky, got any of them on you? Naturally, I don't expect you to give them to me for free. I, the Great Kiba, have collected treasures from all over Nippon. We could do a swap. This is why I would recommend getting Demon Fangs as early and as frequently as possible. Because some of these things can get friggin' expensive really quickly. And you only get one Demon Fang per enemy every time you do a floral finisher. There are some that will drop 3, but those don't come up until towards the end game. So, yeah, if you haven't been doing that so far, have fun grinding. So for 3, we can get a Traveler's Charm, which we already have one of those. Well, 3 of those apparently. Godly Charm will increase Godhood to max, but it's worth 8 Demon Fangs. Golden Piece will instantly fill an Astral Pouch. Peace Spell will keep Demon Scrolls at bay, that's worth 20. Wooden Mats, will, in exchange for yen, you will heal. And a Golden Lucky Cat will draw money and other valuables nearby, basically acting as a treasure magnet. Out of all of these, I think the Golden Lucky Cat is probably the best one to get first. It's the one I want to get first. See, Battle Tips is probably going to tell you about how to get Demon Fangs, so... I think that will do it for now. So, next time on Okami! Gosh, it's so weird to say a game with only one word in its title. I'm so used to saying really long, convoluted titles. Okay, anyways, next time on Okami, we explore Agata Forest and see about finding any clues towards stopping Orochi. So... thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed that, and yeah, it's so weird to think that now I've been doing this for 2 years. Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission. Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's so weird to think that I've been doing this for 2 years now. And it's so weird that I actually officially hit 100 subscribers on YouTube yesterday. It's actually the first one of my accounts to actually officially hit triple digits. So it's really crazy to think how much things have changed in the past 2 years for me. And it couldn't have happened without you guys. So just a really big thank you to all of you for making this possible. But yeah. So, as a quick rundown of next week's schedule, it's basically going to be Wednesday will be more Pokemon Coliseum. Friday we'll be starting the new Zelda game. It'll be Spirit Tracks, like I said before. And then Saturday will be more Okami. So, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there, and you'll have a good rest of your day. This is Chronofahx, signing out.